Welcome back to Education Transformation, where we explore the kind of learning that doesn't just fill your brain, it reshapes your life. Today, Max Noble and I are playing with a challenge. Can we talk about the one thing that matters most in education without ever saying the word? For the first few minutes, we're going to describe it, dance around it, and explore its essence. And we want you to guess what it is. Then we'll each share our top five, our personal top five essentials. These aren't your average curriculum standards. These are the principles that guide the kind of learning that stays with you, the kind that changes not just what you know, but who you become. Welcome back, Max. Always a thrill to have you and that full speed learning brain of yours on the show. I know we're in for a high octane conversation. Thanks for coming back with me today. All right. So, Max, our first
Yes.
challenge to try to describe this secret word to help people try to understand this most important thing in education without actually saying the word. So I have
Yes.
a few statements. I have a few. I'd like for you to start though, if you're willing.
Oh, statements. Right. So, but not
Hmm.
say the word. This is going to be tough. This is something we both know that
Yes.
very few people in the world know. And so we're going to talk about this. It has a lot of nuance to it. So I think that here's my biggest statement. This thing creates the deepest learning possible. The more of this you have, the deeper the learning is, the longer it lasts, is my theory, my hypothesis. Do you agree with that?
I absolutely agree.
Right?
And
That's
I
my
think
deep
one of
one.
my statements is gonna really it connect with that because this thing, this
This
word,
thing.
this concept
Very
is
abstract concept,
it is.
right? Okay,
And
continue.
I believe I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
No, that was it. All I had was abstract. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
It's the kind of learning that connects deeply to who you are and how you grow and what you're here to
Yeah.
contribute.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
agree with that?
I totally agree with that. It is the search for this thing, I think,
Mm.
is what is at the core of life, perhaps, right?
Wow. That's
That's how deep
powerful.
that's how deep this thing is.
That is super powerful.
Okay, so do you think any of our guests have guessed by now? Any people
I
watching?
I'm not sure they've guessed yet. I feel like this is like you said, it's very abstract. We're getting there though. Let me try
Yeah,
one more.
keep going.
Um, you know it when you feel it. It's the kind of learning that makes
Oh,
you care, question, explore, and come alive.
yeah, isn't it amazing?
Mhm.
Isn't it amazing? And the education system, it's just over their heads.
It really
How is
is.
that possible?
I don't know. Honestly, it makes no sense to me because the more I study how the brain really attaches its learning and holds
Yes,
on to it, the more I understand how important it is for this ingredient to be a part of the learning process, and yet it is really absent. Most
it
kids have
is.
no idea when they're in a traditional school what the blank is.
Yes. I was just about to say it. I was just about to say it out loud. And I'm like, yeah,
Should we go for another round or shall we?
I'm done. I'm spent. That's all I got. You got something
Okay,
more?
okay. So are we going to make the reveal now or are we going to leave this in the dark? Because
Here's the
I
thing.
think our
If we leave,
next our next topic is going to reveal it. So
do you want to reveal it? You should reveal it, I think. I'll let you do it.
meaningful, meaningful, meaning.
Meaningful. Meaning. That's right.
Meaning of education. How is it meaningful to the learner? This is the thing that we're trying to unpack here. There is such an absence of meaning in the traditional classroom. I know that you and I both worked on a list of what we thought were the top 15 or 20 foundational things in meaningful learning. And we've decided today to just focus on five. That's right. Yes.
Right. We had
Okay.
about, hey, I'm up to about 20 now, you know.
Are you? I'm on
I've added
17.
more. Oh, yeah, I've passed you at,
You did.
yeah. So
You
it's
absolutely did. I
there's a lot
maybe
out
some of
there.
mine are a little bit bigger. I know you're really good at making those statements super concise, and I'm a
Yes.
bit more narrative when it comes
Well,
to
that's
explaining.
why that's why we are a good balance,
You're
right?
right.
Right.
You're absolutely
Okay,
right.
so meaning. So you want to start your are we doing number five down or what?
I was thinking that let's start with number five and work our
Okay.
way up to one.
Okay.
So now you know how hard this was for me, Max. It was so hard for me because there are so many pieces that my experience has shown me contributes to making learning meaningful. So,
Yeah.
boy, I really mulled over this so often. And even
Yeah.
as I'm looking at my number five right now, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, is this really number five?
Should
But I'm just going to
my
go for it.
yeah, I feel the same
Okay.
way.
Number five for me is learning how to learn. Developing
Oh,
metacognition, goal setting, reflection, the ability to adapt strategies
yeah.
like building lifelong learners who can actually teach themselves anything, right? Learning how
Yes.
to learn.
Yeah.
That's my five.
That's like L squared,
L squared.
right? It's L squared. Yeah,
Yes.
learning to learn.
Learning
Um,
to learn. I love that.
and that's so meaningful. Yeah, exactly. Okay, here's the one I have, number five. I don't know why it's on my top five list, but because it's often negative, and so but I think it's
Hmm.
really important. Uh, that is risk taking.
Mm.
Okay, risk
I
taking has
love that.
several important benefits that we're really not aware of because it has such a negative connotation. Um, but it is essential, I think, for making the learning important, right? That little bit of risk
Absolutely.
is that excitement, that spark in life that, I don't know, kids just flourish when you give them a little bit of risk or allow them to take that
Absolutely.
risk.
And now I would add too that when you're dealing with, when you're allowing and creating space for risk taking, there's
Yeah.
going to be experiences with failure, right? Because
Hmm.
with risk that is inevitable.
Yeah.
And that's building resilience and exposing kids to the emotion that they experience when they
Yeah.
fail and giving them
Hey,
the
hey,
opportunity to navigate that, right?
you're getting into my content for the full video.
Ooh, sorry.
Seriously, for the whole one on risk taking, you're starting it already. All right, stop. Your turn.
Okay,
Go.
all right. Number four. Number four, a curiosity-driven approach. When learning
Oh,
starts with questions, wonder, exploration, honoring that innate drive to know and understand, letting kids get in touch with that. What are you curious about? And as you well know from talking to me, that curiosity does so much for our brain as well. It really primes it. It gets it, activates the limbic system, so our attention and our focus and our memory are strengthened. So why are we ignoring this piece? Right? It's so essential for the kids, for the
yeah.
learning to flow easily and to be remembered and to be meaningful
Mm,
and make it possible for them to use it and contribute. So I think curiosity has to be on the top five list for me.
yeah. I consider curiosity my greatest weapon.
Mm,
When it comes to learning, if you can stir that curiosity in kids, man, that's like teaching a weapon. You can just get them diving into anything if you can get their curiosity, right?
absolutely.
And I don't think that's taught in the education system.
No, it's
I don't know,
ignored.
maybe teachers pick it up, right? They learn, they pick it up and they adapt, but I don't think it's actually taught or the importance of it.
I
Yeah, okay,
think it's
that's
yeah, it's you're right.
good.
It's not taught. Often ignored. If I just quickly can make this
Ignored.
comment, because
Yeah,
the curriculum is so stringent and strict,
Right.
and every day there's something that has to be accomplished and that doesn't leave room for curiosity. You might get lucky where some kids are curious about something that the curriculum dictated,
Right.
but
You'll always get a few of those. Yeah.
yes, yes,
Now, wouldn't it be great if you had all of those at the same time, but they all had
yeah,
their own curiosities that they're diving into, right? So they're all taking their
yes,
curiosities, they're all following it, they're all engaged, full speed learning, right?
yes.
Yeah. Okay, is it my turn?
Number three.
Number three. Okay, so my number two is similar to your number four. Uh,
Hmm.
a utility is what I've got.
Hmm.
Remember I mentioned that before? Utility.
Yes.
This is the point when the learner realizes that this experience they're having can be used as a tool, a useful tool in their life to create or do what they want to do.
Yes.
Right. When they realize that, they're like, oh, hey, now this feels meaningful because I know this is useful. That utility, understanding of utility.
Utility.
Yeah, that's a
I love
weird
it
one, right?
again. So concise. My three, two, one are all going to start with the same word. So there's a little bit of repetition there, but I felt
Wow.
like separating it was important. So
Oh,
number
this is
three
interesting. Okay.
is relationship with learning. The shift from performance-based outcomes to internalizing the desire to grow, question, and explore. The learning that becomes personal instead of procedural. Of course, there's always a place for process and procedure, and it's important for us to help kids reveal that as they go through a meaningful learning experience. But the shift is coming away from performance based,
Mhm.
especially performance that's based on someone else's idea of how to measure it.
Yeah, measurement. What's being measured?
Yes. So the relationship with learning, that's my three.
Okay, that's an
Uh,
interesting one. I want to hear more about that one. Okay, am I number two now?
yes.
Okay, number two. You've heard the expression, where your focus goes, your energy flows.
Yes, I use it all the
Okay,
time.
okay, so I've got another one for you. Uh, where your focus goes, your learning grows,
Ooh, that's
right?
good.
So this, what I've got number two is whatever you're interested in, and this is similar to curiosity, right?
Right.
You're curious about or interested in. They're different, but there's similarities. That interest makes learning more meaningful, I think, if you're interested in it,
Hmm.
right? That's
Absolutely.
agree with that. And one of the cool things about interest is common interests can connect people. You get, doesn't matter what
Yes.
age, what race, whatever, if you're all interested in something, bang, you're connected around that interest. And that's where great learning can form. You know?
I really love that. And this idea of connecting helps, well, I appreciate when an experience can help people see that humans are connected, right?
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
feel that often school is separating everyone, separating the subjects,
yeah.
separating the grades,
Hmm.
sometimes separating the subject. Everything is separated. And really, in life, it's all integrated. So I love
Yes,
this
right.
idea. Showing that we are having common interests is helping
Yeah,
us see the connections that we have. That's beautiful.
yeah. Good
Okay,
take.
my number two,
You're number two.
relationship with self. Okay, I think
Mm,
for learning to be meaningful, let me rephrase, we have to deepen self-awareness,
mhm.
understanding our emotions, our values, our learning preferences, the strategies that work best for us, our identity, this idea of who we are and how we can contribute, what we want to contribute. I really love cultivating self-awareness in young humans, and I've seen miraculous things happen when they are more self-aware. It happens to me often because of always meaningful education, and I have this wonderful life where I get to practice it all around the world, and I see little kids
Right on.
saying these incredibly insightful things about
Yeah,
themselves
right,
and how
right.
they're learning and what strategy worked for them, and I'm like, Wow. I often find
Wow.
myself saying to my students, there are so many adults who I know who have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
I really do. I say that
Yeah.
quite a lot. There are adults with children who are not as aware of themselves and who they are and how they learn than you are. And it's beautiful.
So do we lose that as we get older? Does the system, society just squeeze that out of us? What happens?
Absolutely. Well, the
Oh,
traditional model is this little box that we
yeah.
have to fit in. So there's no room for your uniqueness there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You have to either fit in this box or you don't belong, you don't fit in, you're not good enough, you're incapable, all of these other negative perceptions that young humans take on themselves because of this very strict, tiny box that traditional education wants them to fit into.
Yeah. I've been fighting that for years.
I know you have, and very
So,
well, might I say.
well, thank you. So, where are we at now? I did
Your number two.
my turn. My number two, I did that already. I did
Oh, you
interesting.
did.
Yeah,
Is
so
this
I'm at
number
number
one?
one. This
Oh
is
my
number one.
gosh, drum roll.
Ready? Can you guess my number one?
Oh my gosh. Autonomy?
Oh shit, that should be number one. Anyway, all right. So let's I had number one, I had struggle.
Oh, struggle.
And I tried actual rounded or squeezed pain in there as well under struggle.
Mm,
So I think those two are very similar because struggle, no pain, no gain.
yes,
Struggle is where all growth comes from. I'm sorry,
yes.
that's just the way it is. We have to struggle and to get better.
I
So
really
right,
feel like my top five is inadequate now because I know growth mindset is down there in my under five, and
well,
I teach kids about Vygotsky's zone of proximal development, although I don't use his words. I use
right,
comfort, stretch, and stress zone. And I
good,
tell them, like, if you're not in the stretch zone, you are not learning, right?
yeah,
So if you're like doing something and it's coming easily to you, like you're saying, and it's challenges are where we grow. Challenge is where we learn. Challenge is how things happen. So, thank you for including that in the top five because I
no
neglected to,
worries.
and it is essential because
It
learning will
is,
not happen if they are not being
yeah.
challenged.
Right.
So,
And so for the last, I don't know, year, I've been focusing on creating activities that push this limit.
mm,
How far can kids struggle and fail and try again and again until they give up? So
yeah,
finding that sweet spot as a facilitator is crucial. You got to push them as far as you can, make them struggle as much as they can, because that builds your self-confidence. But you can't just solve the problems
exactly.
for them, right? Yeah, so it's
Right.
struggle. Struggle is essential.
Yeah. And I like to also like help kids understand that when you're having a challenge, this came up recently with other kids having problems with other kids. And I was saying, look, you can battle one bully at a time if you want. You can stand
Mhm.
up to every bully one by one, or you can build yourself up so that that bully has no impact on you,
Yeah,
right? So you can become super resilient and impenetrable in a way, or
right.
you can spend your energy fighting everybody one by one. It's
That's
it's a
right.
similar but more focused on the emotional, social and emotional side of things. But which brings me to my number one,
You're number one. Yeah,
if we're
you're number
ready for
one.
it.
Geez, I'm trying to guess your number one.
Yeah, guess, please. I would love for you to try. Now, I gave you a clue because I said
I
my three,
know
two, one all
three.
started with the same word.
Yes, and so it's self. And I thought your number one would have been, what was your number two? Like your self-learning or that
Relationship with yourself,
self
self-awareness. Yeah.
self-awareness. Okay,
hmm
self-regulate. How about self-regulation?
I would put that with number two.
Oh yeah,
Regulating the
yeah.
self, awareness of the self,
Regulating the
because we have
self.
to know when our body's dysregulated and how to
Yeah.
regulate it.
Self-regulation is essential for learning. If you're not can't regulate your own emotions, you can't learn.
Absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would add to that that a dysregulated adult is a disservice to the students that he or she
Ugh,
is working with
that's a whole
because
nother
the kids
video.
totally pick up on that.
Totally. They're the role models in the space, and so that's what they see. Yeah.
Yes. So my number one is human relationships, the
Human
connection with
relationships.
others in the learning space,
Oh,
whether it be
yes.
peers, facilitators, mentors. There has to be trust and respect and shared growth. Otherwise, I don't
Yes.
think that kids it's gonna be meaningful for children.
No.
If they don't see me actively pursuing personal growth, if they don't see me actively regulating myself and managing my emotions, if they don't trust what I'm saying, then it's all just it's fluff.
It's fluff the kids can see through.
They see right through
Yeah.
it. So
But
I believe the relationship that they have with the humans that they are learning with is
yeah.
essential to them doing all the things that we're talking about, taking risks,
Yeah.
um,
That's right.
appreciating utility, being autonomous, going through challenges. If there's not that relationship there where they feel trusted and safe, I just think it's just going to be ineffective.
I'm losing your audio there occasionally.
Oh, darn.
Can you hear me?
Looking back to see if the storm is
That's right. I think it's
increasing.
coming for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. I don't know. Everything seems to be in order on my end.
That might be me
I
too.
hope it's not I hope it's not an issue in our recording, but
Okay. So that was like our first run, our first draft of the most important things. I'm sure those lists are going to change. They're going to morph. The more we learn about this. So do you want to do a series of podcasts and invite others in?
I think we should
Yeah.
absolutely unpack these in greater detail. Maybe we can look at our top fives or top fours simultaneously and possibly even invite others. Would you be open to that, to inviting some others
Absolutely.
who are interested in these particular topics? For example, we could talk about relationship in general, for example our
Yes.
relationship with ourselves and our facilitators and the learning, and we could invite others to join us in that concept. We could
Yeah.
unpack risk taking and invite others to join us. We could maybe combine risk taking with challenge, or we can put some
Yeah.
of these concepts
Good
together.
idea. Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah,
mix them up.
mix them up.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
100% in favor of that.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's
Well,
do it then.
that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Well, Max, thank you so much. I always enjoy having a conversation with you, and I'm confident that this podcast will impact a lot of people, and I'm expecting we have some engagement from this, and I look forward to maybe having some others join us.
Thank you, Alexandra. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome.